your turn to...
Oh, is it for me?
Consider yourself fired.
Why are you winking at me?
Consider yourself fired.
Hello, and welcome to the JT and Drew Show. I'm JT.
And I'm Drew.
And we're two nobodies talking about nothing.
Consider yourself fired. Hey, brother, welcome back to the show. Thank you for that ever so windy introduction of yours.
It was supposed to be warm and welcoming, but yeah.
Instead, it was like Seattle, huh?
And while it was ripping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess they weren't lying when they were talking about El Nino. Just arrived a little sooner on your border than we thought.
I thought we were going to talk about El Nino again. He was a jerk.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good to see you, bud.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to see me, too.
I know it is.
It
Didn't
always...
break the mirror this time.
Well, not yet. I was going to say it always feels like it's such a long time in between episodes.
Yeah, you got to get better at that.
Yeah. I don't read good, so there's that.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah. If only you put the right kind of socks on, you could edit faster.
Well, it's like you told me that one time. Reading's for white people.
No. Rich people. Brown people can be rich,
What's the
too.
difference? Oh, okay. You anticipated that, huh?
I did, and I tried to turn it, but it just went dark first.
Yeah. So I hear you have some kind of hot topic, controversial...
and more in the controversial realm. Not really hot. I mean, it's been out since 2020.
Okay. But it's stuff that's I guess, popping back up.
Yeah, it's coming back up in the news, and there was a bit of update to the Uber driver that was in Austin, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Daniel Perry, who, former military, who he was the Uber driver in Austin, Texas, who shot and killed a BLM protester.
Oh, wow.
Because the individual that he shot and killed had pointed an AK-47 at him through his vehicle.
Okay, so hold on.
Yep.
So Daniel Perry, the Uber driver, doing his thing in Austin, Texas, and a BLM activist, protester, marcher, whatever they were doing, pointed their AK-47 at this Uber driver.
Yes, while in his vehicle, trying to get through the protest, because I guess that's how the route was taken.
Oh, wow. Okay, so he was doing his job driving.
Mm-hmm.
They were blocking the road, and they, what's the word I'm looking for? Unprovoked. Like, he didn't point anything at them. They just, hey, you're my enemy now. Yeah,
so the video that came out a couple of years ago had the BLM protester or supporter had walked up to the vehicle. I guess they were having a conversation, and then he pointed his AK-47, which is, a weapon of war, at him through. I don't want to say the barrel went through the window, but it was at him.
Yeah, he's showing intent.
Yeah, he was definitely showing intent.
If you know anything about guns and the rules, right? There's those basic gun rules, whether you're going to a range or handling, you don't point it at anything you're not willing to kill.
That's right.
So this guy, obviously, intending on, whether he did it or not, intending on shooting the guy he's pointing the gun at.
Right.
So what did Perry do?
So Perry took out his firearm and shot. the BLM supporter and killed him.
Okay. What would you have done in that situation?
I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree.
I think it's a terrible situation on both sides, right? Mr. Perry was just doing his job, or maybe he was out on a cruise. I don't know the entire situation. I did not watch the court hearing, if it was even broadcasted. But, of course, we get these articles later on in the news about it, and then you read it, and you come up with your own kind of opinion about the situation. And my opinion about the situation is Mr. Perry should not have ever been found guilty. The intent was there. Whether the BLM supporter had a loaded magazine, had a round in the chamber, he pointed the barrel of the rifle at Mr. Perry. So therefore, Mr. Perry, not knowing if it was loaded, anything like that, said, "Oh no, there's a gun pointed at me. I need to take down this threat."
Yeah, went in self-defense mode.
Yeah, 100%.
Same exact response this member would have got from the police.
Yeah.
You point a gun at them. They don't know, is it loaded? Is there one in the chamber? Is it real? Is it fake? Is it a water gun that looks like a real gun? They don't know. You're pointing something at them. You're showing intent to use deadly force. They're going to meet that with deadly force to protect themselves.
Yeah. The crazy part about it is that it is here in Texas that the individual, Mr. Perry, was found guilty in, where Texas seems to be a constitutional carry state, common sense gun laws kind of stuff. So the fact that he was found guilty in the state of Texas just kind of baffles me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to look at where it's at, Austin, Texas.
Yeah, it's very liberal there. But also,
liberal.
In one of the articles that you sent, it does talk about, and this part isn't so surprising. So it says that the lead detective in the case, as well as the Austin Police Department, found that it was a justifiable homicide. So they are saying, hey, Perry shot the guy. However, he was justified in doing so. However, the district attorney was funded by George Soros. Sound familiar?
Yes. Yeah.
And he indicted Perry anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says later on that Governor Abbott said as soon as it hits his desk, he's going to pardon Perry.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that I could only find in one article. I'm trying to get the individual's name. Chrissy Clark was the individual who posted that Governor Abbott would pardon him the moment it hits his desk. However, Mr. Perry should not spend one night in prison.
No.
At all.
Not for self-defense.
So
unprovoked.
He should have been pardoned. First of all, the judge should have never found him guilty. I know he was found guilty by his peers and the jurors.
Yeah.
But he shouldn't have, my opinion. Of course, I'm not on the jury.
Well, let's get something straight real quick. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Perry is white, if Perry was black, if Perry was Asian, Hispanic, Indian, any other thing that I'm forgetting. It doesn't matter. If you have person A and person B, and person A points the gun for no reason except to brandish the firearm and show intent to use deadly force, person B has every right to defend themselves. Period.
100%. Period. Yep.
But the fact that this is going the way that it is, in my opinion, says that it has everything to do with black and white.
Well, okay. I get that. However, the BLM protester that was shot and killed was white.
Yeah, but it's a BLM protest. And the way that these articles read would have their readers believe that this is a white supremacist going on a shooting rampage. Uber driver sentenced to 25 years after fatally shooting a Black Lives Matter protester.
Yeah.
Instead of Uber driver sentenced to 25 years after fatally shooting a Black Lives Matter protester who pointed a gun at him first.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very limited on the information that you get.
Yeah, they're trying to paint a picture.
And even in the article, it is still limited on what you get.
Mm-hmm. Because they're trying to control the narrative.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. And it is so terrible. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating to see this and hear this, and you already know what's going on. A white guy shoots a white guy because the first white guy pointed a rifle at the second white guy, and the second white guy was like, "Holy crap, that's a rifle!" Bam.
Yeah, it's just a no bueno situation.
Yeah, no bueno all around. But I mean, what do you do? What would you do?
Me personally?
Yeah, you.
I'm in the situation. I'm the Uber driver. I would protect myself. And then I would get the hell out of there. Because historically, those so-called protesters are mobs of people that, again, historically are violent.
Mm-hmm.
I would protect myself, get the hell out of there, get to a safe spot, call the police.
Okay. So you would call the police and quote unquote turn yourself in or let them know of the situation.
Yep. Hey, this is what just happened. This is where I am. This is where it happened. I'll be waiting for you here, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to run. I'm not trying to hide anything. It's not a Wild West. Hey, you shouldn't have gotten in my way or whatever. And then I run off and hide and try to live my life and get caught and then try to play the innocent game. No. I feared for my life. And here's what I did and why I did it.
Yeah. But the fact that there was so much video evidence showing that Mr. Perry was in the right, and then, according to these articles, that evidence was flipped.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, here in one of the articles, they're trying to paint Perry as this white supremacist criminal, saying that according to his conversation with the police, the victim, the guy who died, allegedly approached his vehicle holding an AK-47. In return, Perry said he shot the 28-year-old 5 times before driving away. Yeah, so the article also says that prosecutors argued that Perry initiated the incident by running a red light, aware of demonstrators marching. They also said he posted racist comments and memes insulting black people on social media. In 2020, the senseless killings of several black people at the hands of cops and other races reignited the BLM movement. So again, painting this narrative, you've got this white guy that hates black people who saw an opportunity to take out black people.
No, you're flipping the script at that point.
Yep.
Because he was on the Uber clock, according to the sources.
Mm-hmm.
So, now whether he was going to pick up his person that needed a ride, or whether he was just had dropped her off and was trying to pick someone else up, I don't believe there was anyone else in the vehicle. I think it was just him. But because his route took him right in the middle of the protest and he was at the wrong place at the wrong time, does not mean that you can flip the script.
Mm-hmm.
And the evidence that shows the individual, again, the BLM supporter, pointed the weapon at him first.
Well, and I want to know too, again, I don't have the whole picture. And if it were me, again, fearing for my life, one, I've got a guy pointing a rifle at me.
Mm-hmm.
Two, what other things or events, whatever, happened, were happening, or were about to happen that would lead me to believe that there is going to be violence about to happen? Were these peaceful protesters that were just marching for civil rights, like Martin Luther King?
Mm-hmm.
Or were these a bunch of hood rats that were going and vandalizing stores, breaking in, stealing stuff, all for the cause, of course, and pointing guns at people? I mean, we saw this in the summer with the Chaz junk.
Yeah.
We've seen this with other BLM so-called peaceful protests. Like, where at what point do they justify then, and they being like the prosecutors, at what point do they justify, oh, okay, you have a right to protect yourself now. It's gone far enough that you would be okay to protect yourself.
Do you want to know my thought on this?
Go for it.
I think this is the beginning of the end for defending yourself in this country. Not necessarily this state, but in this country. Because if you have a firearm that is there to defend you and your family and whatever,
yeah,
and you do the right thing by the book or by the law, and you are still convicted, that is telling law-abiding citizens that you are no longer allowed to defend yourself and your family ever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the circumstances, doesn't matter anything. You are no longer allowed to defend yourself and your family.
Well, and
you have to take what's coming.
Play devil's advocate, like you're saying. Okay, I'm the Uber driver. This pissed off guy comes up, points his rifle at me in my car. I'm just supposed to sit there and do nothing and hope and pray that he doesn't shoot me. Or back my car up and drive away and hope in that time he doesn't shoot me. Like, where does it end? Yeah. I'm, like you said just a second ago, I'm just supposed to sit there and take it. And, well, I guess I deserve to die then, if that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, because, I guess he's in the right because he's on the quote-unquote right side.
Yeah, no. I am protecting myself. And if I die protecting myself, okay. I'm not saying that you protect yourself with the intent of, man, I'm going to kill this guy and take out as many as I can. No, but you're neutralizing the threat.
Yeah. Well, that's just like, I guess I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but the whole Allen guy thing, which we'll talk in a later episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's not right.
But we get this.
But to call this guy a white supremacist is exactly what they did with the dude in Allen.
Mm-hmm. Again, writing the story so that it fits the narrative. They don't mention in this article, hey, white man kills white man. The perception is that, a white Uber driver fatally shot a Black Lives Matter protester. Black people have been dying at the hands of white people for a long time now. It fits the narrative. Say it enough times, you'll start to believe it.
Yeah.
But we get this kind of training in the military. The scenario-based training. And, okay, we're going to play a video for you. What would you do? Okay, we're going to act out a scenario. What would you do? And sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong. But that's what the training is for.
Right.
But even in the training, there are situations that it's chaotic and you have no idea. Like you said, is the weapon loaded? Is there one in the chamber? Is there not? This person is yelling and frantic and seems pretty violent. Do I take the chance that, they're not going to commit violence on me? Because they're just a good person, I just wholeheartedly believe that. And I'm willing to let them just
kill me. You can tell just by looking at them. Yeah. No, And that's kind of like a thing that you had brought up. This had probably been about a week or so ago, as a training that you went through while in, where there was a video and you had to figure out which one was the threat and which one wasn't. And there was these individuals like trying to come up to your position, and they had guns, and y'all took them out in the scenario. But then you were wrong because the instructor, I guess, was like, well, they didn't have magazines in, so you're wrong.
Yeah. These guys jump out of a vehicle. They're yelling. They're screaming. They're waving their guns. Okay. Granted, that's a war zone. But yeah, we were wrong because in the scenario, they didn't have magazines in their guns. Okay, but who's not to say they didn't have one in the chamber?
Yeah.
Wait until I get killed or the guy next to me gets killed and then react? If you're showing intent, I think you have every right to defend yourself. If someone breaks into your home, whether they explicitly point the gun at you, tell you to get down on the floor, start saying your prayers now, whatever, they break into your home and they have weapons, at that point, to me, you had intent. You already broke the law. You broke into my home. You brought weapons with you. You wouldn't have brought them if you didn't intend to use them.
Yeah.
You're an unwanted guest. I'm going to meet force with force.
Go. Yeah, that's where I was going to go was, so I think I take it a little bit further where the moment you pass the threshold, and the threshold is the door frame, right? Mm-hmm. The moment you pass that threshold unwanted, you are now a threat. Whether I see that you have a weapon or not, you are now a threat. And I'm going to take you out to defend me and my family.
Well, and even taking it back to a similar situation as this Uber driver, Kyle Rittenhouse.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And he shot to protect himself. And,
sure did.
And they were trying to, nobody else was shooting at him or nobody this, that, whatever. There was a guy literally trying to beat his butt with a skateboard, trying to bash his head in. And I wouldn't say just, rough him up a little. I would say they were trying to take his life.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can do some damage with a skateboard.
So am I only allowed to then, well, shoot, somebody pass me your skateboard so I can fight back?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No. Well, what about the third guy? He had a pistol in his hand.
Yeah.
And the only reason he didn't shoot was because, it jammed?
Well, walk up to a cop, swing a skateboard at their head, and see how they meet that reaction. Oh, you need to stop. Yeah. Please stop. Please don't do that. I might tase you. I might. No, don't run at me with that.
No, that's not going to fly, Jack.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate that, again, not knowing all the ins and outs, but reading these headlines and the stories that the media have put out, unfortunate that this man was sentenced to 25 years for defending himself.
Yeah.
Again, if someone did that to me tomorrow and just walked up to my car, pointed a gun at me, I'm going to protect myself however I can.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I would expect you to, and I hope you would expect me to. And if you're in my vehicle, I'm using you as a body shield.
Yeah, I'd do the same. Speaking of protection.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to move on to somebody who doesn't need any.
Ooh.
They are their own shield.
I can't believe you would be talking about me like this.
Well, what else would you expect? So there's been these articles all over the internet. I chose to reference a tweet. And it says,
Well, it's not official if it's not on Twitter.
That's true. It says, Fat transgender influencer cries in Uber after rejected by men in clubs.
That's hate speech. Why would you say that?
You're not... Well, I was gonna say you're not wrong, but I can't keep up anymore. I don't know. Maybe you are. Maybe you're not. Who knows?
Well,
if anybody out there knows if he's wrong or not, please like, subscribe, put it in the comments, send us an email, all of the above. Thank you. Affiliate link, not below.
yeah, it is. No, I put the Linktree
affiliate link below.
Linktree link below.
Yes. So the tweet here has a picture of this gentleman who is in a very cleavagey loose dress, it looks like. And he's a bit on the heavy side. And
I know a thing or two because I am a thing or two.
Apparently he sees himself as a 10 and got very upset because other men did not want to have anything to do with him. He's a transgender TikToker who recently found moderate fame after joining a panel and cries in the Uber after being rejected by men in clubs.
Did he go to a gay bar?
I don't know those details.
Oh. Again, I'm not with the times.
So one of the comments.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a trans man. So this is a...
No, trans woman.
Oh, a trans woman. Okay, I'm sorry. So a trans woman, so he's a man.
A woman with a PP.
Yeah. So he was upset because straight guys wouldn't give him the time of day?
That's what I gather, yes.
From the tweet. Okay, comments, go ahead.
Yeah. So we're living in this age now, this mentality that we're all supposed to be force-fed of, we've talked about it several times. If you don't agree with me, you're wrong. If you don't agree with me, you're wrong. If you don't agree with me, you're wrong.
Yeah.
If you don't accept me,
I've been there.
Then you're wrong. If you don't have the same beliefs that I do, you're wrong. You get the point. So some of the comments were interesting. Somebody said, I thought they were all into body positivity. Someone said, and I'll clean this one up a little bit, but it says, the men are probably all bigots because they don't crave female peepees.
Hang on. Wait. Hang on. Body positivity. Let me go back one.
Yeah.
Body positivity has nothing to do with fat people. I'm sorry. It just does not. It is if you were born with a dysfunction, or like, say you have a little bitty hand, or you have no arms, or you are an amputee, and you're like, people aren't going to look at me the same because I don't have these things like a normal person, then someone else would be coming up and saying, you shouldn't think about it like that. You're still human. You should be proud of what you've got at least, right? Because you're still alive and you're still breathing. That's body positivity, not look how many flipping cheeseburgers I can eat, and oh no, now I have man boobs.
Now that's fat shaming. You shouldn't be shaming people because they're fat, although we need to promote healthy lifestyles because that's fat shaming too. It's a lose-lose situation, no matter.
Not really, because
any
I'm
side
fat.
of the fence, you
no,
lose.
I'm fat,
okay,
and I can shame my own. Right?
You can shame
like
yourself.
That's how that works.
You can shame yourself, but no one else.
Well, but I'm fat, and I know I'm fat. I don't identify as fat. I think I'm, a 20-pound.
So you're anorexic.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But so I know I'm fat, and I can't go out and tell another fat person, "Hey man, you're fat just like me."
No.
And then we can like fist bump.
No, because
and I can be like, lose some weight, fatty.
When we grew up, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I don't even want to say reversed because sticks and stones will still break your bones, but it's now even words will hurt me. So you can't do that. I mean, you can, right? You physically can, but you can't socially.
But, I mean...
So, again...
See, I thought you could if you were in that category.
So, let me ask you a question. Would you...
Yeah, ask me a question.
If you were in the club...
Which club?
Any club.
Oh, okay,
and
like a dance club.
You're a single male,
All right.
Single, straight, white male. So you're the Antichrist.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're in a club. Would you knowingly approach or go out with, maybe pursue a relationship, any of the above, with a trans woman, a male dressed like a woman?
You don't even have to finish it. The answer is no.
Okay, well, why not? I'll tell you why not. Because you're a bigot.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, yes. I have been called that recently.
Yes, that's why. It can't be because you have your own beliefs or you have your own values or you have your own, hey, I'm just not into that. No, if you don't agree with my lifestyle, my choices, you are wrong. Simply put.
Are you?
End.
Are you a trans woman?
We weren't going to talk about that. That's off limits.
Okay, well, then that's your way of thinking.
Someone else replied in the comments, there just isn't enough tequila.
That individual is correct. There is not enough tequila to make you pretty. And I quit drinking years ago. I mean, we're past decade at this point. And I would still say, one beer may do me in, and it's still not enough tequila to make me switch.
So, yeah, no. Mm-mm. Somebody put on here, again, kind of unpacking that thought process. Morbidly obese man in a dress is shocked that the power of his woke name-calling cannot overcome the self-respect of an average man in a club. And then he kind of gives a scenario. Buy me a drink. No. If you don't, you're a transphobic bigot. Now buy me a drink. No. Wah!
Yeah.
So one of the video clips that this person does on TikTok, they're on a podcast and they're talking, and they're saying, so their thing right now is, okay, they can have whatever guy they want to, and they're a 10.
I've seen this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. But I thought that was a very interesting article. Again, it just kind of reinforces the idea, we are being force-fed these ideas, these ways of thinking, these lifestyles, whatever. It's no longer okay, look, whatever you do in the privacy of your own home is your own thing. It's not my life. It's, no, you will acknowledge me. You will support me. You will agree with me. You will adopt it. Or else you're a Nazi. You're a socialist. You're a fill in whatever blank you want.
Whatever buzzword I can come up with at the time.
Yes.
Yeah. And no, I'm not. Because I know me better than you.
Well, that's what you think.
Apparently.
You just aren't tapping into that side of you. Because it's there. You are a white male.
I am the Antichrist, apparently, according to you.
Not according to me, according to society.
Oh my goodness, society. I forgot all about her.
Yeah. I barely know her.
Good legs, though.
Yeah, I've not heard anything different. I can't agree legally. But
Could you disagree legally?
But I cannot deny. I cannot deny 2 negatives positive. Okay, yep. Yeah, I'm lost.
I've brain fried you now.
This is like Common Core math.
Hey, how many butterflies are in the picture?
Purple, stupid.
Yeah, now solve for X.
Milk doesn't have bones.
Oh, well, this one was a spicy one.
It sure was. We are all over the place in this world, and it definitely shows.
It is. It does. It is. And I am more confused now than I was when I was going through puberty.
You're not that straight then, are you?
Cucumber doesn't lie. As always, we'd like to say thank you for stopping by and listening to the podcast.
Yeah, we realized that you could have been doing anything way more productive, but you chose to waste your time with us.
We look forward to talking about absolutely nothing with you next time.
If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, please email us at
jtandrewshow@gmail.com or visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/JTDrewShow.